Hello, Leo. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot and oracle card reading for all Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to kick things off here with a Halloween oracle. You have Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. So if something burned to the ground, maybe not literally, but an idea went up in smoke, or what you thought was going to happen, a relationship you thought you were going to be with them forever, and now you're single again, that there's a new beginning for you. This is just the start for you. The ending was something that wasn't meant to last, okay? So you have an opportunity here, perhaps, creating through the ashes. I wish you could see what I'm seeing outside of my window. I'm in like a basement room, and there's a squirrel coming up to the glass. Very curious about what we're doing in here. Well, we've got, the Ten of Swords, yuck. The Four of Pentacles, joking. The King of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the World. Okay, that ending for a new beginning. You got it here. The Page of Wands, Temperance, and the King of Wands. Well, I like all this fiery energy for you all. I think you're going to really enjoy it as well. I like this. Let's do this. With Temperance and the World, something about these two kings, they combine a heart with passion. And so being passionate and excited about something, but doing it in a way that's thoughtful, that's meaningful, inspired. With the World, it's every single thing you came here, every single achievement you came here for. And so I feel like you're really on the road to success. If something ended, forget about it. They're noise, they're dust in the wind. You're moving on, and I feel like especially too because you have those two kings, the masters of the suit, the masters of great ideas, renewal, power, growth, enterprise, love, creativity, and that really great life. It is self-mastery, and it's yours. So with this Ten of Swords, there's definitely something here, and I feel like an ending where it feels like maybe it's got some unfinished emotional business. It's like you didn't get closure and it's driving you or someone else around you nuts. But I feel like they don't want it. Wherever the deal stopped, wherever the rubber met the road, it's like they're not willing to provide closure. And sometimes we have to just say, then never mind. I'm not going to give up my mental and emotional freedom for this. It is not worth your time. I feel like with this too, though, it was painful. I don't want to minimize that. I feel like there's a reason for wanting to kind of try to figure out the why of it. And more than just that's our human nature to do that. I feel like there's more than that to the story, but it is tough. And I feel like with this Ten of Swords energy, it's meant to be. Okay, it just is what it is. And so with the Four of Pentacles here, it may have taught you or it may have caused you to get a little bit shut down. It's like closed for business. Don't apply here. Okay, one of those where you're like, I am not going to get close to that fire again. I already burned myself once. Now, if it was something too where you tried to start your own business, I do feel like you may have, if you had a door shut, you may have another opportunity. But you're going to have to get creative, a little more creative than he is. The Four of Pentacles, he has money, but he doesn't want to take any risks. He's absolutely not. Okay, no way am I doing that. And so there may be something to that. Let's try some meditation, opening up, because that's when we get the inspired ideas. That's when our intuition can come and speak to us. Maybe not right in the meditative state. I don't know about you, but I tend to try to let go of thoughts while I'm meditating. But it seems like in the days after, there's something that shows up that I say, you know what? I think I'm going to look into that. This seems like a good idea. So with this Four of Pentacles, I feel like they're trying to tell you it may be time to embrace new things, changes, new ideas, but not live in fear. So the King of Cups comes in, and if it's love, he might be darn hard to ignore. That King of Cups, you'll feel immediately safe. This is the kind of person where you can open up entirely. They will not use that against you later. And if it's not a love relationship, even with an employer. And I know you have to be a little careful right on your first interview, revealing every single thing about yourself. I'm not saying to do that, but I do feel like there's something where they're going to be very understanding. This is an unconditional heart. This is someone who takes things in stride and they understand humans. Okay, so if it is a love interest, it's very mature and it's a love interest that's somebody who is ready to love. It's not transactional. They're not trying to see what they can get off of you or out of the deal. It really is meant to be. So if it's a water sign you're attracting, that could be possible too. If you got a lot of fiery energy or you've got a little bit of earth and air too. But if it is a water sign, I just saw somebody on a gondola. Maybe that's not out, might not be in Italy. It could be some amusement park for all I know. But I do feel like just kind of, to me, it's almost like just the metaphorical for just being tranquil, being at peace, being easy in a relationship. Now, the Seven of Wands energy, I do feel like this is related more to work and money than love. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know that I would really want a Seven of Wands coming for me. And now it could be somebody who doesn't give up easily, but I do feel like they're trying to tell you where money matters are concerned, you may have to course correct some, that there's something about that doing it the same old isn't working. And so you may find that you get a few little chinks in the armor, a few little detours. As we always say, a speed bump doesn't mean we turn the whole car around. We just slow down, roll over it, and keep going. So with the Seven of Wands, I do feel like you're going to be coming into a time of expansion, but you do have some things to negotiate. So with the world energy, I mean, ultimately, the world is perfection. It's everything we want and why we're even here. This is a time where you'll feel bliss. This is a time where you'll feel blessed. It's a time where you'll say, you know what, everything seems to be working out for me. It's success. It can be a move too, so it can be travel and moving, but it's also a change in perspective. So if you've had your heart a bit closed off, you may find that compassion wins. We always say love wins. I agree with that. But I feel like being able to see something through the eyes of source and compassion sure will help a lot. With this energy of the world, I feel like you're going to move forward in a way of feeling free, okay, where it's not just acceptance with you accept a bitter pill kind of a thing and you're like, yeah, I grudgingly accept this. I do feel like you're going to be feeling free. And so with the Page of Wands, you can't be unhappy with this here. The Page of Wands is the friend who gets everyone in trouble. They can get away with saying things that others can't. They inspire everyone. They uplift. They're just the life of the party. But the Page of Wands also gets the job done. So if you had something end at a job, this may be a new person who comes in who really revitalizes things. If it feels like your job has been on life support, or you say, no, that's my entire life. I just feel like, my God, when am I going to get the spark? When am I going to get the upliftment? How about now? With the Page of Wands, it's great for companionship. It gets you back out and about again if you've been down for a while. This may be that trainer who pushes you. The trainer who all of a sudden you're doing crazy stuff like pushing big tires across parking lots and going, what in the actual hell do you have me doing? But overall with this, it is something that will kind of break you free of something. If you've had a bit of a dark cloud over you, I don't see it staying. So we have Temperance here, and this helps you again to be in flow. Wear the world like a loose fitting garment is this one. You're easy breezy. You're in flow with change. You embrace change. Even more than that, you're thriving in change. And so the energy of Temperance shows motion and mood, but it shows upliftment. And so I feel like with this, you're going to be very adaptable. You might say too that you surprise yourself if you've been afraid of getting hurt again or afraid of a situation and not wanting to deal with it. I feel like you're going to finally get some forward momentum. You've got great healing here, but know that when the Archangel Michael appears in a reading, you've also got protection. So if you felt like you were kind of exposed and just hanging out there, I feel like you have all the protection that you need because you are not alone ever. And so with the King of Wands, here we go with Leo energy, where you may find that you get a little bit of pep back in your step. You've got that passion again. So if something kind of stopped you or halted you briefly, you cannot be stopped long term. The energy of the King of Wands has you back in like never before, better than ever. And so it's a very passionate energy. It's a very charismatic and charming energy. So you'll find that people seem to listen. They seem to engage with you easily. They're interested in you. If you're single, you're going to find that it will be your time to meet new people. You may have more than one coming out of the woodwork too. In terms of work, I feel like you'll get that second wind with the King of Wands, where you're going to say, you know what, I haven't felt this good about work in a while. Or even I heard coaching. If you're some sort of a coach and you're like, I just haven't been feeling it, I feel like you're going to get that feeling back. Oh, I can't fight this feeling. How about romance? Success. That's a nice looking lineup. And compromise. So there might be something about letting something go without that final closure. A year from now, don't get freaked out though. I'm telling you, in a year from now, you're going to be standing in a whole different place. They tell you don't stop. Good things are coming, Leo. I love you. I'll be back again soon.